Barack Obama was smooth. Barry was smooth. He could convince a whale to drink water. He was smooth. I'm not gonna lie. The dude had a campaign and he had a movement. And he was running against somebody who did not have a movement. And he did very well. I voted for the Joker. Many people voted for Barack Obama. Barack Obama won many more states than Democrats normally win. He had it together. And you're telling me Quid Pro Joe, Geriatric Joe, Sleepy Joe, Slow Joe is going to get way more votes than Barack Obama? And he's going to underperform Hillary Clinton and others in all of these states except the swing states. Except the counties in the swing states. It's not even that he overperformed in the swing state. He overperformed in one county of the swing state. What party? Democrat. Come on.
Won't know the election result for weeks, months, maybe years after. Maybe you'll never know the election result, and that's what I'm concerned with.
Donald Trump has been telling us for months that the election is going to be rigged. The president has repeatedly said that voting by mail is particularly vulnerable to fraud.
Then you got the voter machines that flipped. I think like it flipped votes for Joe Biden. Like it glitched and flipped votes for Joe Biden in some areas, or at least a particular area. Now they need to go back and see how much did it flip in other areas. Not only for Trump's benefit, but for Democrats' benefit. Did it flip? Did some of these machines flip for Trump?
Stone County social worker is being charged with election fraud. Attorney General Ken Paxton says Kelly Reagan Brunner, a social worker in the Mejia State Living Center, will face 134 felony counts for attempting to sign up residents with developmental disabilities to vote without their permission, signatures, or consent. They allege she submitted nearly 70 voter applications. If convicted, Brunner faces up to 10 years in prison.
God. Hi. Hey, so you with the elections? You're the Bureau of Elections, right?
Well, I'm just a volunteer.
We're just wondering okay, I understand you're a volunteer and you're just doing your job. What's all these? Are these mail-in ballots or what's these coming in?
What are these? These are my on tape here?
What's that?
Am I on tape as well?
Yeah, because we're wondering why are ballots being handled down here and not up there with the elections. So we're curious about that.
Okay, yeah, the gentleman who's in charge of this, I think, should be right back down.
What's his name?
Gosh, what is his name?
This lady is marking the ballots. I filmed her a half hour ago doing 6, and she's still working at it. Let's stamp it, received, and let's fill in our 6 blanks. All at the top of the tickets on each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
My office for investigation.
Page County prosecutors are actively looking into 3 possible cases of voter fraud, with an additional 6 having already been investigated.
We determined that we didn't have sufficient evidence to bring criminal charges.
All 9 cases were discovered last month.
Were detected between the period of September 1st and September 26th.
And in each of them, State's Attorney Bob Berlin says the county clerk's office received a request for a mail-in ballot from a resident who's no longer alive.
It was determined they were deceased before the application was sent in the U.S. mail. And the clerk looks at the name that's on the application for the vote by mail ballot, and they check it against the voter rolls. And they have all the databases, so they were able to make that determination.
One can watch in real time. You can watch this too at recorder.maricopa.gov. Just go there and you can follow that live stream. And the results in Maricopa County are stored in a computer server, not connected to the internet, so that means it cannot be hacked. Philadelphia, another key region counting votes, has a live stream as well. That's on YouTube on the Philadelphia City Commissioner's official page. You can go and watch this along with everybody else. These rooms have bipartisan designated workers to make sure.
And it also reminds me of like a casino environment. You know, there's not any card counting going on. You can't do anything funny with your hands. People are watching, and people from both parties are watching.
Republicans and Democrats are in there.
In 2016, out of 33 million mail-in ballots, more than 73,000 arrived too late to be counted. They were not counted. So what we did is we set up an experiment to see how long you should give yourself to make sure your vote actually counts. We got guidance from voting rights advocates who say it is as simple as determining how much time it takes for first-class mail to go from point A to point B.
If you know how to mail a letter, you already know how to mail in your vote.
How you doing? Thank you very much.
But how long might it take for that vote to actually arrive and be counted?
You're welcome. Have a good afternoon.
We decided to test it, sending 100 mock ballots simulating 100 voters from locations all across Philadelphia to a P.O. box we set up to represent a local election office. A couple days later, we mailed 100 more using the same size envelopes and the same class of mail as real ballots here. To approximate the weight, we even folded mock votes into every one. When we went to collect everything, though,
Nothing?
most of our votes seemed to be lost.
That's all I have back there right now. That's
You're sure? You're totally sure? I believe you. I just...
All right, then. Have a good day.
Okay, take care.
We had to ask for a manager
I'm trying to do something about mail-in ballots.
and explain ourselves before someone finally found our votes.
They have them somewhere else.
Okay, thank you.
1, 2.
We soon discovered another problem, missorted mail, 2 pieces of it.
We got a birthday card from Mike to Ronnie. Have a sweet B-day. Get it? There's a B on top.
Of our votes hadn't materialized after 4 days, and the batch we'd mailed a week prior, some of those were missing too.
As it relates to mail-in voting, there's an opportunity there to reduce fraud. Just like the way we do recounts or we count absentee ballots and so forth, they're done usually with partisan officials, people representing both major political parties in the room. And if mail voting is spread out over a period of time, there would be sufficient time to check elections, each ballot, and actually it can work to prevent fraud.
Okay.
Somebody say, what are you going to do if Biden wins? I'm going to do the same thing I was going to do if Trump won. We're going to continue to fight for what's right. We're going to continue to wake people up and tell people about the truth, as many people as he can. What are we going to do when Biden is done and Trump is done? Or whatever the case may be. If Trump did 2 terms and he's done, in 2024, we're gonna do the same thing that we always do, and that's wake people up, that's fight for the Constitution, that's fight for America to be free, and we're gonna expose people who are lying and telling these fibs and trying to destroy our country through our children, through our educational institutions, and through some of these other seats that are not associated with the President of the United States.